Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Let's see what's on my notifications. Okay. Let's see what this is all about.
Why? Because when you go to break down the word Jehovah, it's going to break down to Yahweh. That's why they don't even use that. They say the Most High, which is a proper title. You know, I sometimes in prayer or in conversation will refer to Yahweh as the Most High, but I'll also will explain, you know, or make that's a title. And it's probably the most proper title that you can use referring to Yahweh is the Most High, because he is the Most High power, the Most High God. There's none above him, but that's his title, not his actual name. All right, so you notice they don't say Jehovah. They will say Jesus, though. And the fact is that we all know that the letter J was newly created in 1534, almost 1600 years after the, you know, the death of the Lord. About 1500, you know, and a half years.
1524.
You know, somewhere in between that.
Tricino.
So these people, you know, they're wicked, and then they are not right. All right, this is completely and totally false prophets. Here I'm just looking up some of these articles. It says in translation, a guide on translating proper names. Proper names, unlike generic nouns, are monofunctional rather than monoreferential. So the primary purpose is to find a specific referent. All right, that's the first one. Okay, incorrect translation. It says high elevation, no way to tell. No, that was weird. This was the one. Wild branch teaching of the week. Names mean things. Proper nouns are words that identify and separate out a particular person, place, or thing.
Yeah, proper noun, pronoun. The Most High. The Most High is a noun. His proper pronoun would be, you know, if you say God or a building. If you say Yahweh, that's a pronoun. Proper noun, pronoun. Yeah, the name is important. I'm just testing. Because they gave me a strike for a week, so I'm gonna see if it's back on. Because it was on, I believe, the 10th of this month. So I'm just testing. Anyway, I'm watching this video because I put a comment there. See the comments come up. This is proof that they sold out. Yeah, they did. I'm talking about the infamous IUIC. This man doesn't want to call on the true name, but now he's calling on the true name. Let's see what else is up in here. It's a popular report. I watch him. I subscribe to him. So I got a notification, alerts, Grocery Inside Report, grocery produce and meat shortages, June 17th, almost in July. I wanted to go into, maybe I'll do it later today, Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shira Tazar, Revelation 13, the whole chapter, and then I wanted to, actually I did go through it, I just didn't put a video together. I've yet to put a video together. I went to the Bible Hub, as Bishop Nate refers to it. Let's go to the Bible Hub. And you'll be surprised as to what they say about the Revelation 13 and 1. They equate it with Daniel chapter 7, so they know that wound that one of the heads received. They know that was the Roman Empire. But when you bring it up to date, they might say it's the Roman Catholic Church or whatever. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do that. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 rest of the elect out there. So, let's do this. Come on now. Okay, so this is it right here. I went to Revelation 13 and 1, and then I went to Revelation 13 and 1 in the Bible Hub commentary to show you that they know that what I put in the words word find, Roman Empire. It comes up 20 times. Roman and Empire. I stood upon the sand of the sea. Here the beast is described as at large, who was only mentioned before, Revelations 11:7. The beast, prophetic style. For a great beast, right? They reference you to Daniel 7, 2 to 3, verses 2 to 3. Commotions of the world, St. John, Revelation 13 and 1. So the beast in like manner arise up out of the sea. He was said before, Revelation 11 and 7. I can hardly read these words. And when they shall finish their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. So what part of history did that take place? When did that take place in history? They do acknowledge that Revelation, I keep saying Romans, Revelation 13 and 1 refers to the Roman Empire. Like I said, they even make reference to Daniel chapter 7. Any scholar worth his salt, however the saying goes, they would know, they would tell you immediately Revelation 7, around about the 7th verse. Really, the first couple of verses goes into the different beasts, and then around about the 7th verse, 7 and 8 verse, they'll all tell you the same thing. That's the Roman Empire. And like I said, I went to Revelation 13 and 1, and they keep, referencing Daniel chapter 7. So they know it's the Roman Empire. What John saw was the Roman Empire in the form of a beast ascend out of the abyss to the bottom, or the bottomless pit. And it said after Revelation 17 and 8, So they know that when it speaks about the Roman Empire, the deadly wound that was healed, they have to know that that's also the Roman Empire being rebirthed as NATO, EU, America, Canada. The beast that you saw was and is not bottomless pit, blah, 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 that he shall ascend out of the abyss, bottomless pit, and there he said to ascend out of the sea, so that the sea and the abyss and the bottomless pit are in these passages. The same, no doubt, is to be made that this beast was designed to represent the Roman Empire. That's why it's written Roman Empire, not just Roman, not just Empire, but Roman Empire comes up 20 times. It says, for thus far, both ancient and moderns. So they know that there's the modern Roman Empire, deadly wound being healed. Papists and Protestants agreed. The only controversy is whether it was Rome, pagan, or Christian, imperial, or papal. Well, it was talking about the pagan Rome, and the deadly wound being healed is talking about the modern Rome, which is not called Rome. Remember the founding forefathers, when they said they found this place in what is it, Rome? What is it called? Rome, Maryland, I think it was called. If I'm not mistaken, I did a video on that. Where what is it? Prince George County. I believe it used to be called Rome, Maryland. I forgot. I did the video, I don't know, maybe a month ago. And what else? They said the founding forefathers said, we're going to build D.C., the District of Columbia, and we're going to pattern it after the pagan Roman Empire. Why? Because that's the Roman Empire coming back. St. John saw the beast rising out of the sea. And you know me, I go into these prophecies, man. I'm like High Priest Ariel. High Priest Ariel used to stay. He used to go into. He couldn't give. Well, I mean, he could, but he doesn't go into brotherhood scriptures and how to treat your wife and how to treat your family. You know, he goes into the prophecies. He goes into the prophecies. He goes into the history. We read a lot of Josephus, and it was a required reading. We had to get the Josephus. We had to get the Torah and the Tanakh, rather. We had to get the New Testament, Hebrew, which I have. I still have that book to this day. It's right in hand's reach. And he went into the Hebrew. The ancient Hebrew, the modern Hebrew, the prophecies. He stayed in the prophecies. He went through the prophecies over and over and over and over and over again. That's why I don't have to go to notes. He said, let me go check my notes. No, because I went through it so many times. It's good to go through those breakdowns. So Vocab Malone can't say we just making stuff up. This is something I'm reading from the commentary of these different Christian scholars. It says St. John saw the beast rising out of the sea, but the Roman Empire was risen and established long before St. John's time. Right, he saw the Most High rewound it back to when the beast came on the scene, all right? So that's what he saw. Let me see. It says right here. Let me read this again. It says, no doubt, is to be made that this beast was designed to represent the Roman Empire. For thus far, both ancient and moderns, papists, which are Catholics, and Protestants, like Vocab Malone would be a Protestant. I was raised as a Protestant. Are agreed. The Roman Catholics and the Protestants, the Lutherans, the Calvinists, and the Roman Catholics. All these churches, Baptists, all these different churches, Jehovah, they all came out of Roman Catholic Church and the Protestants. It says are agreed. The only controversy is whether it was Rome, pagan, or Christian, imperial, or papal. Because you got some people saying that the Roman Catholic religion is the beast. No, it's the which they are part of the beast. Revelation 16. I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. They all 3 work together. The false prophet represents the Roman Catholic Church, the Protestant Church. Like Vocab Malone, he's a disciple of the false prophet in Revelation chapter 16. Let's go back. It says St. John saw the beast rising out of the sea, but the Roman Empire was risen and established long before St. John. Of course, John saw it coming up. He saw Julius Caesar and so forth. He saw the Etruscans, all right? And therefore, this must be the Roman Empire. Not in its then present, but in its future shape. Right, this is Rome all over again. Roman Empire all over again, called NATO, EU, and form as it arose in another shape. Right, the deadly wound being healed. Form after it. Give me a second. These letters are jumping around on me. Form after it was broken to pieces by the incursion of the northern nation. The beast had 7 heads and 10 horns, which are well-known marks of the Roman Empire. The 7 heads, alluding to the 7. No, it's not the 7 mountains. They went off on that. Whereon Rome was seated, and to the 7 forms of government which successively prevailed there, and the 10 horns signifying the 10 kingdoms into which the Roman Empire was divided. It is remarkable that the dragon had 7 crowns upon his head, but the beast hath upon his head 10 crowns. So that there had been, these letters are so small, and the meanwhile a revolution of power from the heads of the dragon to the horns of the beast, and a sovereignty which before was exercised by Rome alone was known, transferred and divided among 10 kingdoms, but the Roman Empire was not divided. Anyway, so they keep making references. When you go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 1, it keeps saying the Roman Empire. It said, began to Matthew Henry's concise commentary, began to oppress and persecute the righteous for righteousness, meaning the Israelites' sake, but they suffered not most under the fourth beast of Daniel, the Roman Empire. So vocab, we don't make this. See them guys, GMS and they just made that up. They said it's the Roman Empire and it's America. Look at how many times it referenced to the Roman Empire. And you have, if you go to Google and you put in, if you put in America, how would you write it? Comparing America to Rome, or the downfall of America is likened unto the downfall of Rome, of the Roman Empire. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. America compared to Roman's downfall. Should have put the Romans' downfall. As America entered the fall of Rome. Okay. Is America a declining empire? Over the second half of the century, this system attained a degree of world dominance no previous empire had ever known. In the past 2 decades, however, it has sunk into decline. It's talking about America. At the turn of the millennium, the Western world, headed by America, accounted for 4/5 of global economic output. Why is the U.S. compared to the Roman Empire? U.S. founders modeled the country on Rome. The founding forefathers, U.S. founders modeled the country on Rome, all the way down to the architecture of government buildings, the use of the eagle as the national bird, the use of Latin mottos like on a dollar bill, Annuit Coeptis, Ordo Novus Seclorum, Pluribus Unum, and the unfortunate use of the fasces that's in Congress, that was also the symbol of Rome, the eagle and the fasces. The axe surrounded by rods as a symbol of state power. I'm finished. I'm done. I don't got to say no more. How similar is the U.S. to Rome? Now it said the founding father for the founding for. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's the Capitol building, and I believe this was built on Capitoline Hill. And this is Capitol Hill. It says ancient Rome and present day America share similar systems of government. When constructing the new government, the founding forefathers of America looked to Rome for inspiration. They drafted the 3 branches of government just like the threefold system of government used by the ancient Romans. Why? Because that's Rome all over again. Now let me click on this here. Similarities between the current American society and ancient Rome. Look at that. Look at that. That's ancient Rome right there. That's the Capitol building. And I believe this is Capitoline Hill. This is Capitol Hill. The pillars, the Roman pillars. This is Rome all over again. So again, vocab Malone, we didn't make this up. See, the one Western, they made that up. All right. Click on this one. Roman influence today. This is from Rome. Looks like something out of DC. This is actual DC. Your Coliseum today, you have stadiums. What's your Coliseums? You know, you have these major companies. They'll make like the Staples Center. That was that company called Staples. You know, most of these stadiums are named after corporate names, and that's fascism. Fascism is when corporate and government merge, because the corporations, the CEOs, the presidents, and so forth, the top people, they got influence. They have lobbyists. These Congress people, these senators, Congress people, including the president, they do the bidding of the lobbyists. And most of them, when they leave office, they get a cushy job in a corporation. They become lobbyists. They work with lobbyists. So they don't. So for you dummies out there talking about I'm gonna vote for this guy, right? They ain't gonna do shit for you. You're nobody. Let me do this. Having a little fun here. How many stadiums are there in America? I'll do it again. How many stadiums are there in America? According to StadiumBD.com, the United States has 2,127 stadiums, including 144 tournament stadiums, 84 historic stadiums, and 248 stadiums under construction. So we're talking 2,300, 2,400, 5, 6. We almost got 3,000 stadiums all throughout America. Under construction, the majority of these, they shall build, but the Most High gonna throw down. The majority of these stadiums are used for American football, Major League Baseball, or Major League Soccer. And when you have these big boxing events in Vegas, it's all centered around like Rome, the Roman gladiators. The highest rated and most popular stadiums in the U.S. right now. There are over 900 stadiums in the U.S. that are home to some of the country's most loved teams. That's your what do you call it? Bread and circuses, but which stadiums are the most and least loved by supporters. NFL, AFL, that's a gladiatorial event. NBA finals. What is the biggest stadium in America? Yeah, Michigan Stadium, Beaver Stadium, Ohio Stadium. All arenas in USA. Let's see what this is about. I'm not going to go too much longer. You got the stadiums in alphabetical order. AT&T Center. That's your fascism. You got corporations and government merged together. Barclay Center. And the Barclay family goes back. They owned slaves in America. I believe they Germany. The line goes back to the German family, but the Barclays owned slaves. If this was called a Hitler Stadium, nobody would play there. But people don't do the research. Yeah, the Barclay family had so-called black slaves. They might take this video down for saying that. Capital One is a credit card company. They made so much money from a credit that they're able to open up and you make, in order to rent it out. How much does it cost to rent it out? Millions of dollars. You gonna tell me this is not Rome? The biggest stadium that they made in Rome was during the time of, Titus and Vespasian and Titus, which is called the Colosseum, which people still visit today. But it was that back then. It was called the Flavian. What was it called? The Flavian Amphitheater. And tell me this is not Rome, man. Look at this, man. You got about 3,000 stadiums. You got about what was the number? You have a number of stadiums being built as we speak. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.